Today at the shack, we're making chimichurri sauce. Oh, and we're also cooking up this little bit of meat. Let's get to it. Chimichurri sauce, perfect on steak, beautiful on brisket, and I quite like it on some chicken. So let's get to making it. So first off, you're going to want to get yourself some parsley. This is just a bag of flat leaf parsley. This was a 100-gram bag. A lot of time you get them in 30-gram bags. But, so if you can't find a 100-gram bag, just get 3 smaller bags and that should be about right. So I've gone to this bag of parsley and I've taken out all the large stems to make it a bit easier to work with. You could chop all this up with a knife, but I think there's a lot here, we'll use a little food processor. So grab your parsley, pop that in there like that. Then we'll grab ourselves some garlic, smash that up. That's about 8 cloves of garlic. We'll pop those in. So grab some herbs. We've got here 2 tablespoons of oregano, or oregano if you prefer. About a tablespoon of red pepper flakes. Obviously if you want it hotter you can add more. I generally find that's enough. Put the lid on, quick blitz. Push it down a bit. Obviously not with your finger. That would be very dangerous. Just add in a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper. 2 wet ingredients, we have some olive oil and some red wine vinegar. I tend to go about 3 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. We'll do about 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'll pop all the exact ingredients in the description. About 1.5 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. You can always add more if you need to, you just can't take it back out. Give that a little blitz. Put in a bit more oil. Splash more vinegar. And there we have it. That's a pretty much perfect consistency. Just grab yourself a jar. Just spoon that into there for now. Just pop a lid on that. Okay, that's that chimichurri sauce made up. And this will keep fresh in the fridge for a couple of weeks if you don't want to use it straight away. But as for me, I think I'm going to grab me a big chunk of meat and fire up the grill. Okay, there's our meat. We have this lovely looking Tomahawk Steak, which I got on discount from my local supermarket. Not a lot to do with it, but I think I might trim a little bit of this fat cap that's just there. Just to trim that down a little bit. Seasoning wise, you could just go with salt and pepper. I'm actually going to use this Montreal steak rub that I make up. If you're interested in what's in it, I'll leave a link in the description. But with any steak seasoning or just salt and pepper would do. Big chunk of meat like this can have plenty of seasoning on. Okay, that's our meat all seasoned up. I'm going to put that to one side in the fridge for a few minutes while I get the kettle fired up, and I'll show you how we're setting it up for today's cook. Right, so I've got the kettle set up now. I've got it set up for 2-zone cooking, which means I have charcoal on the one side and nothing on the other. Now if you're using a barrel grill or any sort of barbecue, just do the same. Just move all the charcoal to one side and leave an empty space to the other side. Now, I've only used a small amount of charcoal because I don't think I need a lot at the minute, as I'm going to do a reverse sear on this steak, which basically means I'm going to put it on the side without the charcoal and let it cook slowly, bringing it up to temperature, and then when it's almost done I'll move it over onto the hot coals and just sear the outside. I mean, I may need to add more coals at the end just to get that sear, but we'll see how we go. So I'll pop our steak on, pop it down there. Now I like my steaks cooked to medium, so I'll be looking to take the temperature of this steak to around 60 degrees C. So I've popped in a little thermometer probe, which will let me know when the internal temperature reaches maybe 50 or 55, and then I can come and drop it onto the hot coals. So I'm going to cover it up and probably leave it around half an hour. Okay, our probe now, if you can see that, is reading that it's 52 degrees C internal. So we're going to take it off and let it rest. Then we're going to throw some more charcoal in the kettle to raise the temperature right up. So whilst those briquettes catch, we'll let our meat rest for about 10 minutes. Our meat is now rested 10 minutes and our kettle is back up to temperature. So let's sear this bit of steak. So I think we'll take that off. Okay, that's our steak all done and rested. I think we should get it carved up and introduce it to some chimichurri sauce. Right, now that looks lovely. It smells fantastic. I'm going to jump in here and try a bit of this meat. Pulls apart lovely. That is very juicy and very nice, and that chimichurri adds such a flavour to your meat, really does. That's really nice, really is. That's definitely a winner. Oh yeah. There we go. That's my chimichurri sauce served up on a nice tomahawk steak. If you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up. Possibly consider subscribing if you'd like to subscribe. Until the next time, you take care now.